Welcome to Financial Literacy. Have you ever wondered how much time you waste on unimportant things? Time, our most valuable asset, often slips away on trifles. The impact, a life less lived, potential unfulfilled. Now let's talk about 9 things that aren't worth your time. First on our list, negative people. It's incredible how much they can affect our mood and productivity. Negative individuals have a knack for spreading their pessimistic outlook, a bit like a grey cloud that can dampen the brightest of days. They can make you second-guess your abilities, diminish your achievements, and even make you question your self-worth. Moreover, they can suck up your time like a black hole, consuming hours with fruitless discussions and baseless criticisms. The worst part, they can leave you feeling drained and unmotivated, affecting not only your productivity but also your overall outlook on life. What's the solution? Limit your interactions with such individuals. Surround yourself with positivity, with people who inspire, motivate, and uplift you. Remember, time is precious. Don't let it be monopolized by negativity. So steer clear of negativity and you will find yourself with more time for positivity. Up next, useless worrying. You know that feeling, right? The one where your mind is racing, your heart is pounding and you can't seem to focus on anything else. That's the product of worry, a mental habit that, while natural, can often become a time-consuming and energy-draining pitfall. It's like being in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Worrying doesn't change outcomes, it doesn't solve problems, and it certainly doesn't make us feel any better. In fact, it can negatively impact our mental health, leading to stress, anxiety, and even depression. The worst part, it steals our most valuable asset, time. Time that could be spent enjoying the present, nurturing relationships, or working towards our goals. So the next time you find yourself caught in the whirlwind of worry, take a step back. Breathe and remind yourself of this simple truth. Worrying is simply not worth your time. Remember, worrying won't solve anything. It only steals your time. Third on our list, social media overload. It's no secret that we live in a digital age where the constant buzz of notifications can be as addictive as a sugar rush. But here's the kicker. Are we truly managing our time efficiently, or are we just endlessly scrolling? Each minute spent on social media is a minute not spent on a productive or fulfilling activity. It's a minute not spent reading a book, learning a new skill, or connecting with a loved one. And let's not forget about the impact on mental health, the endless comparison, the constant need for validation, the fear of missing out. It can all lead to anxiety and stress. So take control, set boundaries for your social media time. Use it as a tool, not as a crutch. Remember, the real world is full of opportunities that no digital platform can provide. Limit your social media time. Real life is waiting for you. Next, stop trying to please everyone. Now let's get real here. It's an impossible task, a mirage that just fades the closer you get. We've all been there, bending over backward, juggling multiple expectations, only to find that no matter what we do, there's always someone who's not quite satisfied. It's a treadmill of stress, and it's definitely not worth your time. You see, when you're constantly trying to meet everyone else's standards, you're not living your life, you're living theirs. And that's no way to spend your precious moments. The key is to understand that it's okay not to be everyone's cup of tea. You are unique and your time is valuable. So rather than jumping through hoops for others, why not invest that energy in pleasing yourself? Do what makes you happy. Follow your passion and let the chips fall where they may. Focus on pleasing yourself first and watch how your time becomes more valuable. Now let's talk about living in the past. It's like being stuck in a time loop, isn't it? You replay old conversations, relive your triumphs and failures, and dwell on what could have been. But here's the thing, the past, however glittering or gloomy, is a ghost town. There's no life there. When you live in the past, you're not just a tourist. You're a prisoner. You're shackled by regrets, haunted by what-ifs and blinded to the opportunities of the present. It's like driving a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. Eventually, you're bound to crash. The past can teach us valuable lessons. Sure, but it's not a place to set up camp. It's a reference, not a residence. So let's pack our bags, bid the past goodbye and step into the present. The past is past. It's time to live in the present. 6th on the list, overthinking. Imagine your mind is a busy city with thoughts rushing to and fro like cars on a highway. Overthinking is like a traffic jam in this city. It clogs up your mental roads, halting the flow of ideas and creativity. It's like a hamster running on a wheel, constantly spinning, but never really getting anywhere. Overthinking can lead to analysis paralysis, a state where you're so caught up in evaluating options and predicting outcomes that you ultimately make no decision at all. It's like standing at a crossroads, endlessly pondering which path to take while life passes you by. Remember, decisions shape our lives, and sometimes it's better to make a wrong decision than no decision at all. Because from wrong decisions, we learn. From no decisions, we stagnate. It's important to strike a balance between thoughtful consideration and decisive action. So the next time you find yourself spiraling in a vortex of overthinking, take a deep breath and remind yourself. Stop overthinking and start doing. 7th, chasing perfection. The pursuit of perfection is a chase that many of us find ourselves on, often without even realizing it. But let's take a moment to consider what perfection really is. Is it a tangible goal or an elusive concept that keeps us running in circles? Perfection is relative. What's perfect for one might be flawed for another. It's unrealistic and often causes unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. You see, when we chase after perfection, we set ourselves up for disappointment because perfection is an unattainable standard. Instead, let's shift our focus to progress. Progress is about bettering ourselves. About learning, about growing. It's about acknowledging our flaws and working on them. It's a journey, not a destination. And it's a journey that is much more rewarding and fulfilling than any chase for perfection could ever be. So remember, don't get caught up in the pursuit of perfection. It's a race with no finish line. Perfection is a myth. Strive for progress instead. And 8th on the list, unhealthy comparisons. We live in a world that thrives on comparisons. We compare cars, houses, jobs, and even our lives to those of others. But here's the catch. This isn't a healthy practice. Comparing yourself to others more often than not leads down a path of self-doubt and unnecessary pressure. Think about it. You're comparing your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. You don't see their struggles, their failures, or their hard work. You only see the end result. This paints a skewed picture, often leading to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction with your own progress. Instead, focus on your own journey. Embrace your path, your pace, your progress. Celebrate your small victories. Learn from your failures, and remember that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goals. You are unique. Your journey is unique, and that's what makes it worthwhile. Embrace it. And finally, waiting for the perfect moment. This is a trap that many of us fall into, biding our time, holding our breath, waiting for that elusive perfect moment to make our move. But here's the truth. The perfect moment is a myth. It's a figment of our imagination. Life is not a movie where everything falls into place at the right time. It's messy, chaotic, and unpredictable. So why do we wait? Why do we put our dreams, our hopes, our plans on hold for a moment that might never come? The answer is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But remember, every tick of the clock is a moment lost or a chance missed. An opportunity gone. Don't let your life be defined by the moments you waited for but never acted upon. Take the plunge. Make the leap. Seize the day. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. So in this video, the 9 things not worth your time are: first, negative people. Their energy can drain your own, shifting your focus from positivity and growth. Second, useless worrying. It's a mental treadmill that gets you nowhere. Third, social media overload. It's a digital deluge that can drown your productivity. Fourth, trying to please everyone. An impossible task that can leave you feeling defeated. Fifth, living in the past. It's a place you can visit, but you can't live there. Sixth, overthinking. It's like digging a hole and then wondering why you're stuck. Seventh, Chasing perfection. It's an unreachable destination that can leave you feeling unfulfilled. 8th, unhealthy comparisons. They create a distorted reality of what success looks like. 9th, waiting for the perfect moment. It's a delay tactic that prevents progress. Remember, time is precious. Use it wisely, and don't forget to subscribe to Financial Literacy for more valuable insights on managing your time and finances. Thank you for joining us.